Hello, 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 Bel Affaire family. Bonsoir toute famille Bel Affaire. Mio, comment nous y? How have you all been? I know you've been wondering, where have I been and what have I been up to? Worry no further. I got answers for all those questions. I do have quite a bit of notes here, so today I will just be talking to you and letting you know where I've been and what I've been up to. So to begin with, what did I do? I went ahead and I unplugged completely from social media, logged out of all of my Instagram accounts, out of my Facebook account. I stopped watching or going on TikTok, and only thing that I did stay with is I stuck with YouTube, and that was a source of entertainment for me, but not as much as going on social media. So you may be wondering, well, why bother to unplug from social media? What was your reasoning? That's a great question. So the reason that I decided that I wanted to unplug from social media is, honestly, you guys, at some point I kind of started feeling like I was just getting addicted to being on social media. Like, I would literally wake up in the morning and the first thing that I'm doing is looking around for that device, the phone. And as soon as I woke up, I would grab the phone and I would start checking on the status, likes, comments, posts. And you guys, I don't know if you ever been there or ever felt that. You may not want to admit it, but I'm going to. I would feel some type of way when I took my time and I posted something or good content and I didn't get very much interaction or very many people to say anything about it. Now that, my friend, I started to feel like, hey, you're getting too attached and too caught up in this. You need to go ahead and slow down. And that's exactly what I did. Now, during that time, while I was away from social media, I didn't just get off social media and do nothing with my time. That time that I would have been using scrolling through or reading what people have posted or getting caught up in it, I used it for bettering myself. I used it to improve myself as a whole. Now, what do I mean by that? So I started working on myself, first of all, spiritually. How did I work on myself spiritually? So what I started doing is waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning every day so that I could do devotion, I could read scriptures, and I could pray and write in my prayer journal. Now, I know you may be wondering, well, why 5 a.m.? Why that time? Well, the reason I picked 5 a.m. is I had a very specific thing that happened that led me to feel like, 5 a.m. may be the time that God really wants me to wake up and make that sacrifice for that extra hour or 2 hours of sleep and really just get to know him and build a real relationship with him. The reason I picked that time, you all, is because during a tough time in my life, I started letting go of sight of involving God in the situation, and I started to try to take it all in my own hands. And you guys, I really was messing up by taking it all into my own hands because I couldn't handle it for myself. And so at some point, I feel like he saw that my daughter is really, she's drawing away from me, and she's not drawing near to me. She's pulling away and trying to just carry this whole load on her own. She is losing sight of what she should be doing. So she needs a wake-up call. And I've never experienced this before, you all. So I was in my deep sleep, and out of nowhere, I just heard a voice with authority call me by name. And I woke up and I started looking around and wondering, well, who called me? Who called me? And I woke up and I went and asked other people in my house, hey, did you call me? And they're saying, no, I didn't call on you. And so I felt like that was a voice of God telling me, my daughter, wake up, Get out of this deep rut that you were in and start trying to, figure out how to improve yourself and strengthen yourself spiritually so you can get through what you are going through. And even after that wake up call, you all, I still didn't go ahead and do what he was telling me to do. I still procrastinated on that. I would, from time to time, try to read my scripture, read the Bible, from time to time pray, but not very consistently. And then again, I got that wake up call, not in the sense of calling out my name, but I started to, you guys, just automatically keep waking up at that time. And I said, okay, I need to acknowledge this and go ahead and start praying at this time. Not until I was braiding a young lady's hair and I told her about the experience, and as I was speaking to her, I'm remembering that, and she said to me, well, this is just him telling you he wants you to wake up at this time and make this sacrifice and start to go ahead and pray and get into your word. So I, at some point before she came to do her hair, this was October the 13th, I put in a very short entry in my journal. I can kind of show you all. See that? Very short and not very much, on October the 13th. Then after I did her hair and we had this in-depth discussion, and I felt convicted that I know what I should do and I'm going to do it, then I really started to go in, you all. So on the 27th of October, this was my entry. So from the 27th, I started to go in, and that's the back of the entry. 28th, I got really consistent with it, and I would use this book called Our Daily Bread. And one of the sisters at work, she passes this out at work, and I would use it from time to time, but not consistently. And this is what I started using in the morning to do my devotions, and it really helped me. Then I go into the scripture that they placed in the daily bread, and I would break it down for myself and try to understand and implement whatever is being taught in there into my daily life, and implement it into the prayer that I was making for that day in my journal. So I became really consistent with that. And it's refreshing when you wake up in the morning and the first thing that you start off with is not grabbing your phone to check what's going on in the world, but you actually spend time with your creator. And that's what I started doing, you guys. And that's how I started working on myself spiritually. I tried to listen. I've always listened to gospel music, but I try to listen more to gospel music as well as sermons as often as I wanted to. And like I said earlier, I try to start to understand the word for myself and not just lean on the understanding of man, as in sitting there and listening to what others are telling me about the word. Well, what do I understand about it? He gave me knowledge as well, so I should try to really dive in and get an understanding of the word for myself, and that's what I started doing. The next way that I try to improve myself as a whole is physically. Physically, how? So some of you, if you've been following me for a little while, or you would know that I started trying to, in the mornings, post videos of myself working out or just being active. Now, I fell off that off that wagon, you all, and I started to slack. And I've always struggled with just telling myself that I want to get up and be more active. I want to get up and be one of those people who are able to be just on the sidewalk and just running. I envision myself as a runner. I'm still not there yet, you all, but that's my goal, to be a runner. Be one of those people that when you're in the car driving and you see them, running, you're thinking, okay, you go, girl. Okay, you got this. I want to be one of those people that's there running And it feels so freeing, like your lungs open up. It's wonderful. um but yeah, I would always tell myself I want to do that, and I've been saying that for years. But you guys, I've never been consistent with it, never stuck to it. And I think because really in my mind, I didn't really establish that, hey, for sure, this is what I want to do. Like, I'm not going to start and stop, but I want to do it and make it a lifestyle change, not just temporary fix, but a lifestyle change to improve my overall health. Okay, so what I did is I set up my mind first that I'm going to do this. And what did I do? I started doing it on my own and incorporating it into my lifestyle. Then, as I was speaking to a group of ladies at work, we started talking about the same thing. And so we decided, hey, why not get together as a group and just be accountability partners? And every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday after work, we stick around and we work out together. Now, some days one may say, I don't feel like it, and the other says, no, we're doing it. You know, we made a commitment, we're gonna do it. I mean, if you have an appointment, fine. Other than that, when saying I don't want to and all that, we try to keep each other accountable on all 3 of those days. I'm not gonna say that they weren't days that we didn't do it, but it became more consistent, you guys. And so after setting up my mind, I got up and I started to move. And that is how I'm working on myself physically. Another thing that I just started on this month, or just on the first day, but I'm trying to be more aware of what I'm putting into my body, what I am ingesting. Just trying to reduce on the things I know I really shouldn't have too much of. I'm not saying that I'm going to completely eliminate them, because there'll be times where, hey, I may want to eat it, but I'm going to do that in moderation and incorporate more of what I know I should be eating in my meals. And so that's how I am working on myself physically. Now, as far as mentally, how am I trying to like improve myself mentally? I kind of feel like mentally intertwines with spiritually, but mentally, the way that I am trying to improve, or I've been working on improving myself, is by really seeking pure happiness that does not derive from people around me, but that actually derives from God, my creator. So that is how mentally I am working on myself. I'm trying to gain pure, real happiness, you guys. Not something that comes from a friend, a spouse, a colleague, none of that. Like, it really just comes, it's there. It's within you and cannot be shaken no matter what is going on around me, because it's already embedded in me. Like, it can't be pulled away. So what I did is, during that time frame, I started trying to make time for myself to let go of my past hurts, things that have really gotten to me, and I can say, like, at some point shattered me. I started trying to let go of them. That, I can say, is still one of the hardest things for me to do. You would probably say, well, why can't you just let go? Just certain things, they get to you so bad that it's really difficult to let it go, you guys. But once you start trying to work on doing that, you will definitely be able to do it. And with time, it'll get easier. But until you're able to start letting go of those past hurts, you're not going to be able to really move into your next season, your season of happiness. And I shouldn't say season. You're not going to be able to step into the ground or that territory of happiness, because you're still holding on to your hurts. I didn't want to say season, because season is something that comes and goes, but I wanted something that stays with me forever. That would be mine. So what did I do, you guys? I started to not only make time for myself to start letting go of past hurts, I also started to see like, what do I enjoy doing? And out of what I enjoy doing, I'm going to make time and actually do those things. So I started to really enjoy moving, doing physical activity. And so that's where Monday, Wednesday, Friday came into place, where everyone knew that, okay, from after work, this is my time, that this is what I would be doing. So we're not going to plan anything during that time because that's my time. You see what I'm saying? So that's how I would do that. I started trying to not let the actions of others get to me. I have my weak moments, we all do, but I started trying not to let it be so important to me. Kind of in a way, building a barrier between myself and others, not to allow them to get to me at a certain level to where they were able to shake me or shift me to really affect my mood based off what they were doing or saying or how they were reacting towards me. And I also started trying to acknowledge my fears, my pains. I stated that before. My hurts. I stated that before. Disappointments. I just started trying to face them. And something I feel that really helps you guys is when you have like your journal and you write in there. I feel like it's a real good stress relief for me. Appearance. So I don't know if you heard, but I know I've heard that saying that when you look good, honey, you feel good. So you could wake up out of bed and you don't feel so good, but trust me, go in that closet and you grab you a bomb outfit and you put it on. It just does something for you. It picks you up and you just start to feel real good. And guess what? When you look good, people around you, they have a tendency to just tell you, hey, you look nice today. When they say you look nice today, it's not to be an insult. It's just that they feel like you did a little bit more today than you usually do on the other days. Not to say you don't look nice on the other days, but you look like you put a little bit more effort in today. And when you're receiving those compliments, believe it or not, it does something for you as well. That makes you feel good as well inside. So I started to try to incorporate more days when I was going to work, like trying to dress up a little bit more than the casual look that I usually have to go to work. Another thing that I started to really think about as far as appearance is concerned is my hair. So for the past year or so, I have been getting haircuts either from the barbershop or from the hair salon, and I really love my shortcut. I love the way that it frames my face. I feel like it gives me a different boost of confidence. It just looks good to me on myself. I know that it's not everyone's cup of tea to have short hair, but for me, I don't have a problem with my hair, whether it is short or long. I do encounter some difficulties when it is on the longer side, which is why for this whole year, I have decided, hey, I don't mind having short hair. So I just, once it grows to a certain level, I would go to the barbershop, sit down, let them cut it off and let it grow again. But now I've decided that I want to dive into actually trying to see how long can I get my hair to be. Not only how long, but at a healthy state. I can remember that I have had hair that not long, like to mid back or any of that, like more so to the shoulder or a little bit past that. But it was healthy and it was beautiful. I would like to go back to that. Sometimes when you start looking at old pictures and you're saying, oh, I kind of miss my long hair. I'm one that they call scissor happy. I love to get my hair cut, but that's a decision that I've also made, is that I would love for my hair to do what it is meant to do and just grow. And that's what I'm going to be working on. I'm going on a hair growth journey, you guys, and I am really looking forward to it, to see just how long over the years that are to come, Lord willing, to see how long I can get my hair and how healthy I can keep it. Okay. The last thing that I want to start working it on, which I've kind of started to incorporate throughout my time of being unplugged is my skin. So I've noticed that as I'm getting older, I'm not really that old, but as I'm getting older, my skin is not what it used to be. So I didn't used to have very many blemishes on my skin or dark spots or really break out. But I've noticed that with time and with aging and with stress, not using the proper products on my face, as well as now we're having to wear these masks on our face for long periods of time, that my skin is getting irritated, and I just keep on getting these marks on my face and pimples that leave behind these dark spots on my face, and I really don't like that look. I don't like the way that it looks on my face. I want to start trying to clear that out. So what did I do? I used to just straight wash my face with regular just Dove soap, you guys. And I feel like that may not be it for me that anymore. I need to just get a little bit more in depth and try to figure out what products will work with my face and trying to clear it up. So I'll keep you all updated on that as well. So what I plan to do after this long drawn out video, if you're still with me here, what I plan to do is kind of show you, like for example, what I do for my workouts or what I've been doing, just kind of show you clips of me doing that, show you clips of me, my hair care routine, how I take care of my hair. I may show you a few clips of befores and afters of me trying to clear up my skin as well. And we will also be looking into spiritually or mentally as well, like what I've been doing, and have specific videos on each of those things as well. Those are to come and will follow. You all, I really do appreciate you coming and joining me today for this one-on-one talk, family. I have missed being able to post and put out content, but I have really throughout this time thought about what I want the channel to be like, what I want to offer. And one thing that I did miss is that I feel as though this platform shouldn't only be used for my own desires and what I want to put out there. I also feel like I should be sharing the word of God, and I will incorporate that now from now on in all of my videos in a certain way, but just to be sure that I am sharing the love that God has to offer to all of us, to a viewer who may have never heard of him. But that is what I plan on doing, you all. And as always, go out and do beautiful things. Bel Affaire. Bye, family.